Hey everybody, welcome to the Cosmic Panel. A long time ago, we said we were sponsored by Orcus. We just want to come out and say that we do not promote and agree with their recent actions. They kind of turned out to be not so great. So we're sorry about that. So uh, we're, we were we were just kidding when we said we were sponsored by them before. It was just a joke. Haha.
I still fully believe in Orcus, and I'm just letting you guys know that vaccines are guaranteed to turn your kids into mutants, and that you should totally avoid any of those Avengers or X-Men, those menaces, and follow me on socials to stay up to date with the new and rebooted Orcus that will be forming after.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the weekly comic poll. Before we get into the video, we just want to remind you guys that we were sponsored by Comic Universe, located at 446 McDade Boulevard in Folsom, PA. These guys have a lovely comic shop for all comic enjoyers, both old and new. They got graded books, they got keys, they got nicer stuff, but they also have new books, affordable back issue bins, and even better dollar bins. If you're into Pokemon cards, they just started carrying Pokemon cards. Right now, they have the new Temporal Forces set in stock, so grab a pack. They also have toys. They're increasing their toy stock recently, so there's lots of amazing stuff to be had. Give a stop on down to Comic Universe. Say hi to Mike and Mike if you see them. Let them know the Cosmic Panel sent you. And thank you so much for sponsoring us.
Yeah, remember to like, subscribe, support your local comic shop, and comment down below what books you're pulling this week. Anyway, let's get started. Elias, what is your first poll?
I got a pretty strong list of 5 this week, I'm not going to lie. First up, I got Batman Brave and the Bold number 14. Now, um, you can maybe guess this from the cover, but the main reason that this is on my pull list is because, Lucas, do you know why?
Jurassic League.
Jurassic League. This is a great idea to bring Jurassic League back, give them a little short story, I think. Booster Gold is going to adventure into this alternate, dimension, alternate universe of Jurassic League. So I'm excited to see him interact with them. I think that's going to be really fun, and I'm just excited in general to see this team of Justice League begin.
Yeah, it should be fun. I've been really happy with Brave and the Bold. I think it's honestly a great auxiliary Batman book. And I like that they haven't canceled it and like changed it like they do so consistently with other Batman like short story books. Um, but I like that it's also not dealing with just Batman. It's just like the Brave and the Bold, like any one of these characters.
Yeah, big time. This is just a really fun book for creators to stretch their legs, a good sandbox. And I would be uh, stupid to not mention that there's also going to be a Dead Man and Nightwing story written by Tim Seeley and art by Kelly Jones. I've been a huge Kelly Jones fan recently, so I'm also excited to check that out.
That's gonna be wild.
Yeah. All right, Lucas, what's your first pick going to be?
My first pick is Zatanna Bring the House Down, number one, a DC Black Label book, but I am very excited. I'm not too familiar with the creative team on this. Javier Rodriguez is the artist. I think he's mostly known for Marvel stuff, if I remember correctly. And then
Yeah,
Mariko Tamaki is known also for a good amount of Marvel stuff too.
yeah. So she
Yeah, they
did
wrote the Two
the Two
Face.
Face. Yeah,
So, but yeah, no, I'm just really excited to see Zatanna getting any time to shine. It's been so long since Zatanna has gotten like any love. Last time they've gotten any attention was like Justice League Dark, which now is years at this point. Let alone a solo series. Zatanna so rarely gets a solo series. So, I mean, to be fair, Zatanna is just one of the most broken characters in the DC universe. To be fair, um, so it makes sense why people don't really want to mess with her that much, just because it's like, how do you write a story about a character that can just say anything backwards and it happens? Um, but I'm excited to see what's gonna occur here because yeah, Zatanna hasn't had a moment to shine in a minute, and even with a DC Black Label book, I think this is a great outlet.
yeah. This creative team, I think, looks amazing for this character. An actual female writer writing Satana is always good. But
Yes.
Javier Rodriguez, I feel like he hasn't done an ongoing in a very long time. I might just have to pick up this book because I love his stuff so much. He just gives me like the perfect old school comic book vibes that you want for certain stories, and I'm just a huge fan of his. So I'm excited to see him back on something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much excited to see what's gonna happen. What's next up for you, Elias?
Next up for me is going to be Penguin number 11. I really enjoyed issue 10. Um, this arc is moving along well, giving us some interesting insights into Batman now that he is a true, main cast member of this book, and definitely a pretty brutal issue for
Yeah,
a lot of a lot of people.
his poor
Um,
son.
yeah, seriously, uh, very interesting into the son's mind, where basically there's not a lot going on there.
Yeah, it's
um,
pretty empty.
yeah, he's just asking his sister. He's like, "Okay, how do you want me to frame his dead body in the lobby?" Like, no problem, I got you. Um, I guess I don't know. I'm not sure if the penguin really killed him or probably beat him within like an inch of his life or
I think
something.
beat him within an inch of his life just because he
Yeah.
had that message
Hmm.
that you wanted him to send.
Yeah. Um,
I love that his son was like, "Yeah, no, I got it. I got it all."
yeah. He's just like a sad, like task rabbit, basically. Very,
Yeah.
but yeah. I enjoyed this issue. It's getting more interesting to not get a look into Oswald's mind, but the amount of inner dialogue from the other characters is increasing almost. So it's sort of trying to fill in that gap. Um, but yeah, everyone's getting fucked up at this point. This arc is probably wrapping up soon, if I had to guess.
Well, it's the second to last
Um,
issue of the series.
oh, just in general.
Yeah, the series is ending at 12.
Oh, look at that! I didn't
Yeah.
even know. Word. Okay, so we got the penultimate issue here at issue 11. If you guys haven't picked this up yet, hey, it's 12 issues. It's not a lot. This is definitely, I think, going to be a more concise read when you get all 12 together.
Oh, 100%.
But very enjoyable. Really great art for this. It's super. It's gritty and unsettling, but very solid. So yeah, definitely recommend this series in physical format.
It will be a concise read when it's read all together should be Tom King's catchphrase at this point.
That's funny.
like,
Yeah, that's funny.
like that's pretty much for all his books. It's just like if you have all the issues, the story will read so cleanly.
Yeah, it's funny.
But I think like the last issue we're gonna see it from like Penguin's perspective. Like I think like we're gonna get his inner monologue as he's like drowning in the because we have to remember the beginning of the series had them drowning, him
Yeah,
and Bruce drowning in the Batwing or whatever.
yeah, that would be a good final issue for sure.
Him just freaking out, be like fuck, fuck, fuck. It's just that the
Yeah, it's just
entire
his curse words. Yeah.
it's just all curse words.
Yeah.
Tom King sending a final fuck you to me for complaining about the
Other
curse
people were
words.
complaining about that, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. On
I
like
saw other
League.
people in the comments. Yeah.
It gets distracting, but still.
My brain just skips over it at this point. All right, Lucas, what is your next pick?
My next pick is going to be Absolute Power Ground Zero number 1. Um written by a multitude of people. Mark Waid, Chip Zdarsky, Gleb Melikanov, Joshua Williamson, and Nicole Maines. I'm really excited to see what this is going to be. I feel like this is really, with Mark Waid at the helm, I feel like this is going to be a pretty solid event, especially because it feels like it's been building up for a while. It doesn't feel like something that was like sprung on us, like some other events previously in the past, or even some current events like Blood Hunt was a little bit more sprung upon people. Um, at least the characters in universe, I mean, not us as readers. But I like this. I think this is going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen and how Waller's going to steal everyone's powers, because we do know they lose their powers in the first issue, and then that is going to be the main through line is like, what do the heroes do when they lack all that ability slash power? um, so I'm excited. I like that there's going to be so many writers on this. I like that's almost like a writer's room where everyone's kind of throwing ideas. I honestly will say I really appreciate that Nicole Maines is still writing for Dreamer. If you didn't know, Nicole Maines was the actress for Dreamer in the Supergirl show, and they're a trans actor who helped create the character and has been consistently writing for that character in the comics, which is pretty wild, honestly. And they've been writing like by themselves. That's the thing, like without like a secondary supervisor. So Dreamer has been like consistently written very well because Nicole has been like, this is my character. I want to make sure that this character is treated well. And Waller recently had her on the Suicide Squad, and it was a pretty interesting time.
Word. Very cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this event's going to go. I'm probably just going to read the main title,
Oh, 100%.
just because there's a lot to track. The only ongoing that I was reading anyway was Wonder Woman, so I'll be curious to see how this affects Wonder Woman. Um, but yeah, other than that, yeah, curious to see what this brings. This could do some serious damage, so I hope they're not afraid to shy away from serious consequences in this event, because that's very much kind of the direction I feel like this can naturally go. So yeah, I'm excited for Absolute Power.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be two really main types of issues. There's only going to be three main issues from what we can see right now, which is Absolute Power. But then there's also going to be Task Force 7, which
Yeah,
I think is interesting. But
the
other than
main
that,
book
yes.
is 4 issues.
Oh, is it going to be four issues? Okay.
Yeah, one of four.
And then there's also going to be like some tie-ins like Absolute Power, Super Sun, Absolute Powers, Origins. But I mean, those seem like they're one shots more than anything else. Yeah,
Hmm.
one shots. So honestly, I like that they're keeping it mostly within the actual books of the characters because that gives the event more credence.
Yeah.
What's next up for you, Elias?
Next up for me is going to be Knights number 8. Issue 7 was the kickoff of a brand new arc for Knights. Um, it's funny, almost every time they do some in media race opening of an issue, you still feel comfortable because you just enjoy this world so much and just being in it.
Yeah,
They threw a lot of new concepts at us, a lot of new characters at us in
I
issue 7, but it was
completely
still
forgot.
so enjoyable and just so comfortable.
I completely forgot that the U.S. was only 38 states in this universe.
That's right, yeah. Um, but yeah, we haven't really dealt with the what do they call Rogan wolves. So now we know what those creatures are. Clearly, one of them infected Ivory, which is an interesting twist. So we're getting a lot more backstory on Ivory's origin and Matt's origin, which is great. Really been looking forward to that. We had this really fun team of cats that beat the shit out of Ivory. I really enjoyed them.
Schrodinger's
Um,
cat.
but yeah, the art was fantastic in issue 7. I feel like Luigi is only getting better, and the layouts were incredible. So yeah, I'm looking forward to issue 8. This series just keeps on going for me.
I love how Ivory was just kidnapped for like a month or something, and everyone was like, "Yeah, he's fine. Don't worry."
Yeah, this is normal for him. He's just gonna be missing,
Yeah, exactly.
which is not which is not invalid.
Yeah, yeah. I also found it absolutely hilarious how Gray was dressed up for the opera at like a school play.
Yeah, she was she was very excited for it. It was cute.
Yeah, it's very adorable. Also, we got their origin for how Gray and Ivory met.
Yeah, they did a great job here in this last issue of throwing us into action, but also giving us informative flashbacks and just informative bits of info. So yeah, great issue.
Yeah.
All right, Lucas, what's next up for you?
Next up for me is Void Rivals number 10. Last issue was great. We got an introduction to one of the Autobots, and we're now getting to like the thick of it when it comes to the politics and also the fact that we're now getting the quote unquote Energon within the Energon universe. I like how the tagline is Void Rivals puts the Energon in their corner of the Energon universe. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. One of the characters is severely, severely injured right now. Salila is hurt quite a bit. She got stabbed through the gut, but Derek is trying to save her. Um, but yeah, Springer right now, who is an Autobot, has been fighting Proximus and was like, "How the fuck are you like surviving against me?" Like he's trying to stomp on him or punch him, and Proximus is just so strong yet so small that he's like having a tough time. So it's very funny to see like this really small, strong guy fight this like huge, colossal robot and still survive. Um, During this time, Salila and Derek are trying to survive, and Derek's trying to save Salila before she completely bleeds out and dies.
Word. Yeah. As I'm sure I said, I kind of I dropped all the Energon stuff, so I'm enjoying it vicariously through you. So I'm glad to hear that it's good.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty excited to see where else this universe is going to go. I read the Energon universe special. Um, Megatron is back on the prowl. Transformers is still pushing stuff. We learned that Cybertron is not gone. I thought for some reason Cybertron was gone. It's not. They're still fighting the war on Cybertron. It's just Optimus is away, basically. And they opened a portal to Cybertron at one point in the latest Transformers book, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, no, I'm very excited.
Sweet.
Elias, what's next up for you?
Next up for me is going to be Vengeance of the Moon Knight, number 6. Hot take. I'm going to drop this hot take. I think issue 5 might have been the single best Moon Knight issue for the art. I think that it was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Shroud has never looked cooler.
Yeah, literally.
There's no doubt about that. But Alessandro's Alessandro's just best Moon Knight issue, maybe in just one, just some of the issue, like everything just together. Just, oh my God, so good.
Motherfucker just knows how to use shadows so well.
Yeah, so get him drawing more Dark Force characters, I guess.
Dude, he would go crazy on a Cloak and Dagger series. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, big time. They need to show up in here.
Yeah, he would go absolutely bonkers though. Imagine him like doing the Light Force and the Dark Force shit. Oh God.
Yeah, big time. But yeah, issue 5 was cool. I'm glad that it didn't get completely sidelined by the Blood Hunt thing. It was a genuine discussion between Shroud and Tigra and Hunter's Moon. And the 8-Ball stuff was excellent too. So yeah, for me, just a perfect Moon Knight issue.
They made 8-Ball so fucking cool.
Yeah.
and they didn't need to, but they did it. The boys did it. They made him awesome.
I keep waiting for a redesign of him, but
I don't want it.
No, I just keep expecting it, but I don't think they're going to. Like, I think they're just going to stick with this.
He has such a perfect design, in my opinion. It's like this is perfection. his like the white gloves looking like almost like Q-tips for his fists, and then just the all black with the 8-Ball.
I think this is the top comment on issue 5 on League. But it says 8-Ball ongoing when.
Bro, I would literally kill for an 8-Ball ongoing.
That'd be so funny.
God, an 8-Ball like Marvel Max series would go absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, issue 5 is fantastic. Like I said, didn't let Blood Hunt sideline it. It finished what it had to do, and then Shroud got fucked up by the Dark Force or whatever, and it opened up that Blood Hunt portal. But yeah, really excellent issue, dialogue and art. Issue 6, we're going to get more into the thick of Blood Hunt. This is obviously going to be important as far as explaining more of what's going on in the Vampire Underground. So I hope that they can do that, because obviously that's a big reason that there are this many vampires even mobilized right now, is because of kind of the ramifications of the last Moon Knight run. So yeah, I hope we get into that. We do have a fill-in artist for this issue, unfortunately, but hopefully they're strong. And yeah, I'm excited to read this next issue.
This is one of the few series where if I see a fill-in artist, I'm kind of like, I'm not as worried, because I feel like Jed is more aware of when he chooses fill-in artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, very excited.
All right, what is next up for you?
Next up for me is The Sacrificers #9. This series has gotten fucking bonkers, man. Last issue was insane for Pigeon. We
Yeah.
got to see him basically deal with like the aftermath of like the moon dying, basically, and then also him like feeling guilty about like the fact that it happened and like taking like the guilt on his shoulders, and then realizing, fuck no, wait, this isn't my fault. This is the fucking God's fault. Fuck this. And him just being finally coming to the realization that he's like, yeah, no, I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. I'm done with this, and just fucking going ape shit and killing that one king, uh, and kind of basically just declaring war on the gods, which is really really fucking sick.
Yeah. Great direction for this to go for sure. Um, this series continues to just build that atmosphere of just desperation and just like this is just truly like just the most terrible, like fucked up, primitive kind of
With
world.
animals.
Um, yeah, I mean, using animals as like a almost a class commentary is always effective. And I think that this last issue was just great direction for this to go. The art is perfect for this. This really just captures the world so well, and you really just feel all the grit and grime that these characters are going through. Um, so yeah, you know,
Also, we should talk about Princess Saluna. God, she had her youth and everything else stolen from her, and now she's really learning what it fucking takes to survive.
yeah, she's getting fucked up right now. Yeah, I was surprised we didn't see any of her. It was just a Pigeon solo issue basically.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I liked it. I like this also
yeah,
new design for Pigeon that we're seeing on the cover, which kind of looks like fucking God of War esque.
yeah, yeah. He's gearing up for war. It looks like he took the armor of the kind of Orca people that he was in the village of. But yeah, if they're gonna get into some underwater kingdom stuff, it looks like I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. Anyway, Elias, what is your final pick?
My final pick for this week is going to be the final issue of Rare Flavors, which is issue number 6. Um, I speaking of Comic Universe, found issues 1 and 2 main cover at the shop yesterday, so just need a couple more to fill out my collection here. But yeah, I can't say it enough. This is really worth a physical read. Um, just also the quality of papers is so perfect for this series, in a strange way that you'll only really understand if you pick it up. But yeah, this is the final issue here. Man, yeah, I don't know. This series has been such a refreshing, unique indie book. Um, just a killer team here, that I haven't enjoyed such a solid creative team in a long time. Just truly two people working together towards a single goal so clearly. Yeah, this is gonna have to basically tell us the story of how we get to this premiere. Because at this point, Ruben has walked off. He's claiming to not want to eat people anymore. He's claiming to just go off and live the rest of his existence in peace, which is very interesting. And now it's up to Mo, to kind of complete this work, complete this film. So yeah, I'm curious to see. Um, I think they should just jump forward to the premiere and deal more time with that. But yeah, last issue was great. Really cool balance once again of the recipe influencing the story and vice versa. And we got background on the two assassins that have been, following and trying to kill Ruben. So that was great too. But yeah, I don't know. This series has just been such a perfect, unique book, and I think 6 issues, while I'm sad to see it go, is a kind of perfect capsule that you can always reread. I think this definitely has high replay value for sure. So yeah,
Yeah. Are you going to be checking out the many deaths of Layla Starr after this?
I definitely have to. Yeah, I mean, I'm slowly catching up on the past few weeks of stuff, but I'm getting there. But yeah,
Yeah.
speaking of great indie books, this is a great week for amazing indie books. Lucas, what is your final pick? Jesus Christ.
Department of Truth.
Bro just
Number
went Super Saiyan.
23. We're fucking back, baby. Peak is back. Peak is fucking back, bro. Fuck all these other series. Fuck all of you. We're bringing back fucking Peak. Fucking. Oh my god. After the last issue, we waited so fucking long. Oh my god.
Right now we can look at the actual amount of time. So we got June 26th, 2024,
Oh my god.
and November 23rd, 2022.
It's been 2 fucking years almost.
That's
Since
crazy.
this fucking series, and it left on the biggest fucking cliffhanger. I'm about to spoil the fuck out of this book for everyone. So if you haven't already decided to read this, fucking read this. But the fucking Department of Truth decided, fine, since the Department of Lies are going to reveal us anyway, we might as well reveal ourselves, which is fucked, because that means that other versions of the Department of Truth will suddenly start to exist. And that means that everything about, like, everything will get revealed. And what the fuck, bro? How do you even, oh my god, my brain is imploding. But yeah, fucking Lee Harvey Oswald goes, okay, I'm going to sit down with the main character's boyfriend, and I'm just going to tell him everything, and we're going to just publish this as an article, because we know that the Department of Lies is just going to reveal anything anyway. So we might as well get ahead of it so that the first truth is the actual truth, instead of letting them rewrite reality by giving a false narrative. And so this issue is going to be dealing with the one moment we've been waiting to get fucking explained for so fucking long. The fucking assassination of JFK. We're finally gonna
Let's go.
We're finally gonna learn about the grassy knoll and Lee Harvey Oswald and the Lady in Red and all this different shit in this fucking series, all spinning out from this one fucking moment. And this is it. This is the definitive version of JFK's murder, brought to you by Martin Simmons. I can't wait to get a quadruple page spread of JFK's brains getting blown out. Oh my god, this is gonna be so good. I'm so excited. I'm genuinely I haven't felt this excited genuinely in so long. This series is one of those series that makes me really, it takes me a half hour to read an issue. That's how dense these issues are. There's always like so much fucking thinking going along these stories. But yeah, it seems like we're gonna be getting the explanation for this arc is going to be explaining JFK's murder. Basically, we're actually going to be starting with Lee Harvey Oswald's like beginning. But yeah, it's going to be wild. Martin Simmons, James Tynion IV, Cook.
Yeah, if you guys are looking for books that are not Marvel or DC, this week stands on its own, just to show you how many options you truly have. There's never a lack of books that are not from Marvel or DC to read. We'll put it that way. There's so much inventive shit going on right now. Just gotta find it. So, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been everything so far, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Remember to like, subscribe, support your local comic shop, and assassinate JFK today. Until next week.